If the sound of dialogue is absent, then it's the sound of violence and weapons that you will be hearing. And I think Lebanon can tell stories about the absence of dialogue. My name is Feras Kheirallah. I am the representative of the Berghof Foundation in Lebanon. Moved to Lebanon in 2014, established the office in 2015. Jordanian German national. Have 2 kids. We started in 2007, 2008 by supporting the Lebanese national dialogue that was taking place back then. Well, you know, Lebanese have the saying that goes, Lebanon is piece of heaven, and Lebanon طعم السما. And I agree to that. Lebanon has a unique beauty. Its climate, its food, diversity in people, and so on. But there's a unique art on the other side that we need to see. There's a black side of Lebanon that we need to be confronted with. And I was with my family back then in our apartment in Ashrafiyya in Sufi, and the blast happened. And like many other Lebanese, was directly affected. Splitter glasses that went into my body and injured me in more than 4 areas. It was a tragedy, and I consider myself to be lucky because I survived, also my family. But I think the suffering continues until today, because the minute this suffering turned into a politicized process, the fact that victims, they don't find yet, they're not able to find answers to bring those who are in charge to being accountable, held accountable in front of court of law. This is in itself another layer of the trauma. I have witnessed enough crises in this country that I feel more than as Lebanese citizen. You start with seeing that this country could have been managed in a very better way, where you can use diversity to boost economy. But unfortunately, that was not the thing that happened. Or do we go and count violent incidents that affected us while walking on the street? Or do we mention something like the Beirut blast? I mean, those are all things that we've lived and we got affected by. And it left different types of trauma, not only the wounds on the body, but also the trauma. So I feel being Lebanese alone because of the trauma, honestly. We were in the office. We had to evacuate the office. We had 1 bullet falling on our balcony. It was a feeling, again, it felt like the Beirut blast. You have this adrenaline rush, you want to escape, you want to seek refuge somewhere. I think if you would dig deep with the Tayuna or any other incidents, there are the so-called 3 misses. I call them the 3 misses, there's a mistrust in this country. on a vertical level, but also on a horizontal level, between the different segments of the Lebanese society. And this is really dangerous. The second miss is the miscommunication. There were times where politicians would meet behind closed doors, but they would meet, they would agree. Today, political dialogues take place on social media platforms, and it's a raging war. Number three is mismanagement. Mismanagement at all levels. One of the worst mismanagement things that are taking place in this country is mismanaging diversity. Instead of using diversity as a tool to bring forward the country with its economy and enable people to live in peace, mismanaging this sector is leading people to leave the country, to fear each other. Every time I think about the Lebanese uprising, I really feel happy and glad, honestly. Myself being an Arab originally, it gives me another type of adrenaline rush, to be honest, because it's important that it shows that people are alive when they go on the streets, and it was not a violent uprising. It was very modern, and there was a lot of culture that was coming out through people. To be able to work in Lebanon, it's not enough to be neutral, because being neutral means in Lebanon that you are taking a side. So Berghof's approach is multi-partiality. We try to engage everyone, and we make sure that we are inclusive in our approach. I recall in 2022 we launched a dialogue project where we invited political parties represented in the parliament, but also invited emerging political movements. And we thought that some political parties will not participate because we were seeing the raging war taking place on social media. And we were surprised that all of them attended. That shows that there is a trust in what we do, the way we do it. What we always notice is that people welcome our approach because they see Berghof as an organization with no political slogan, as an organization that aims mainly at facilitating dialogues, but not imposing agendas on people. I strongly believe that dialogue is one of the most crucial and important tools we humans have to communicate and solve our problems. It's very important to address our conflicts. Without dialogue, we will not be able to articulate our interests, our feelings, fears, concerns, and if the sound of dialogue is absent, then it's the sound of violence and weapons that you will be hearing. And I think Lebanon can tell stories about the absence of dialogue. We're trying to enable people to address their own past. We have projects on dealing with the past, which is very important, because without dealing with that past, without being able to reconcile with that past, it will be hard to discuss the future.